Hey, what's up guys, it's Manga Phantom here, and today we're going to be doing a tier list of all the top Naruto villains. Now, as much as I love My Hero Academia, Naruto holds a special place in my heart as my favorite anime of all time. But yeah, basically what I just did is I threw this together, a tier maker list of all these top villains. I hand selected them. I kind of went back over all the manga and anime that I've watched over the years about this anime. So I kind of just threw them together, and yeah, that's where we are right now. This list actually includes a lot of the crappy villains that no one really remembers, and that also includes the two brothers that attacked Kakashi and Cell 7 on the mission where they ran into Zabuza. This also includes a lot of the good villains, but also kind of the people that have bad personalities but were actually good people. By good people, I mean like they were overpowered, but they had a crappy personality. My number one guess was this would be Orochimaru. Getting any farther in the tier list, I will have to let you guys know that we are doing a promotion for Squarespace. This is a free-to-use platform that is basically dedicated to being able to build your own website. Like I said, it is free to use, so I will leave a link in the description. Yeah, anyway, back to the tier list. So whenever it comes to the tier list that I actually made, I put a lot of the more useless villains, like Mizuki, right in the front of the entire tier list. Don't get me wrong, he was like pretty much the very first villain, quote-unquote, that was introduced in the entire series and manga. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him at C because, well, he was underdeveloped slightly, but he also was a good villain. I mean, he was only really there just to, like, make Naruto learn how to use the Shadow Doppelganger Jutsu, like, you know, on the fly. But I'm also gonna go ahead and throw in there the two brothers that attacked Kakashi and Cell 7 on the way to escorting that old man to the bridge. And there's not really much to say about these guys. I feel like they were underdeveloped, a lot like Mizuki. You know, honestly, at this point, I'm just gonna throw Gato at D because he was really underdeveloped. I mean, he had nothing going for him except for just being a giant butthole. And he did nothing but make people mad at him. Like, there was no point in even continuing the configuration of this character. Actually, that I put him below Mizuki and the two brothers that attacked them just goes to show how bad this character really is. Like, he was really, really bad. But, like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move on from this point. I'm gonna put Zabuza and Haku up at the A spot just because of how good they were. If I remember correctly, they were in the story for a short amount of time until they were reanimated in, I think, chapter 56. Moving on, though, this sound... Yeah, who is this guy? Oh, yeah, this is the sound guy. From the trio that attacked, well, you know, Cell 7 in the Chunin exams. I'm going to put them down at F just because of the fact that they were bad as a character, not underdeveloped necessarily. They didn't really have that much screen time, which kind of makes me want to put them at D just because of the fact that they were there, just like Gato was. I mean, he was only in there for one episode until he was slaughtered horribly. These guys were pretty cool characters. The sound guy has pretty much the same power as Jiro does in My Hero Academia. He basically can just shoot sound out of his hands, and it's actually pretty cool. The third person in the sound trio group, I don't know what to put him at. Do I put him at... I'm thinking B or maybe A? In general, he just had a lot more screen time than the other two did. Like, he was in there from, like, the beginning of the Chunin exams, and he was there till the end. He's a lot like the Jiro guy from the lower tier of the list in the Sound 3, but, he had a different power. This really cool arm mechanism that allowed him to shoot sound waves out of the holes that were in the mechanism. The next character that I'm going to be looking over on this list was actually a really, really overdeveloped character, in my opinion, and that would be Hanzo. Now that I think about it, these two guys actually need to go up at D because they were a lot better than Hanzo was. He was way overdeveloped, and these guys were a little bit medium developed, if you know what I mean. This guy as a character had some pretty cool abilities, and by that I mean he had a giant salamander that he could shoot poison out of. The only big arc he participated in was the one against Mifune, and that was a crappy arc. I mean, he did nothing really. As a character, he kind of just sucked. Would have liked to see a lot more with this character. I mean, more than just the one fight against Mifune and the Prodigal 3 fight. Next, it looks like we got our boy Gaara, and of course I'm gonna put him as the... maybe B, no, S, yeah, S list, because he was just so overpowered. I mean, like, there's so many things to go on that was just telling me he had to go at S. My boy Gaara was not only a Jinchuriki for the longest amount of time, but he's also the Kazekage. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, in the arc of the Chunin exams, he kind of went a little overboard and classified, I mean, I think I'm going to put him back down at A because he was a good character and all, and by good, I mean godlike character. He's like on Naruto level, but that was in the Boruto arc. You can see with the picture I have, this is Kid Gaara, so I'm going to put him back at A. My boy Kabuto, on the other hand, he would go to B because he was a really good character, don't get me wrong, but he also had a lot of things going down for him. I don't know, let's talk about the fact how he stole Orochimaru's power and used it as his own. Not only that, but in the 53rd chapter, he got destroyed by the two brothers he swore to kill most, and that was Sasuke and Itachi. Orochimaru, on the other hand, is going up at S because he was a god-tier character. everything about this dude was just really cool and slick. Did manage to defeat the 3rd Hokage, which makes me want to put him at S as well, just because of how powerful he really is. Ma, why did Orochimaru have to kill somebody like the 3rd Hokage? Why couldn't it have been somebody more useless like that trash we call Sakura? But all jokes set aside, he was actually a really overpowered character, and I put him at the S tier list just because of how good he was. I mean, he had a lot of cool jutsus going for him. Those being, reanimation jutsu. We couldn't even tell you how many people in our side of the story that he actually defeated, just like Jiraiya and Tsunade within the 3 chapters that we read. I think it was around the volume 26 and 7, but yeah. Our next character that I'm going to be doing is actually probably my 2nd favorite character in the entire series / anime. That's definitely going to be Itachi. Now, I don't know whether or not he goes at S or A, and it's really difficult to choose because of all of his good qualities, but yet what he did to the Uchiha clan, and as we all know, that was all just a farce. In general, he was just a great character, you know. I wouldn't say that he goes necessarily with A, because A is like a lower level. I mean, he definitely was able to defeat Gaara. I think I'll put him at S for now, but actually, you know what? Maybe I'll actually just do something else. I'm thinking about maybe making a new tab. Let's see if I can try to find where this new tab list goes so I can make a new category here. There we go. Okay, yeah, we got it. I'm going to make a new S- tier list because this is really difficult to choose, and I didn't want to put him at S necessarily, just because of the time that at the arc that I chose for him, as you can see in the picture, Orochimaru probably was able to defeat him. Orochimaru was too much of a wuss to take Itachi instead of Sasuke. Set aside, Itachi still holds a special place in my heart just because of what he had to go through for the sake of his clan. Next character is Kisame, and I'm going to put him in A just because of how quality this character development was for him. Not only was he really good at fighting and taijutsu, but he was also really, really good at spying. I praise Kishimoto for putting Itachi and Kisame in the same group for the Akatsuki. At the same time, I don't think he goes quite well at the S- list just because of how overpowered Itachi was compared to Kisame. Actually, maybe I'll put him B. No, I'm gonna put him back at, definitely back at A. I'm thinking back at A because of the fact that, you gotta judge somebody on their good qualities, not their bad qualities. Next up, we got the Sound 4. I'm thinking Kimimaro, maybe C or B. I don't know. It's a really difficult decision because Kabuto and Kimimaro kind of seem like they're on the same plane of existence just because of Kabuto's different abilities compared to Kimimaro's. Same thing with Sadomaru. I mean, he goes exactly with B, just like Taoya. I mean, he goes in A because she had more screen time than either one of those two had, and she was probably more overpowered than them. Although, Taoya and Sakon probably could have had a really, really good fight. I would have liked to see that, if you know what I mean. The Sound 4 arc probably holds a special place in my heart as one of my favorite arcs and group of characters in the entire series in general. Same time, I don't know whether or not I want to put Taoya back at B or keep her up at A, because in general, she was a great character. I mean, she had a lot of things going for her, but these guys probably don't even deserve to be at B just because of how bad they were compared to her. I'd say Saton, however, was pretty good. Kimimaro goes with them at B just because Taoya probably could have defeated all 3 of them at the same time. But out of straight compassion, I'm going to put Kimimaro back up at A just because of his Kekkei Genkai. And having basic ninja tools that literally stem from your body are probably the coolest type of ninja tools. I also don't think he goes down at B either, so yeah, I'm just going to leave him at A. Next up on our list, it looks like we have Zetsu. Okay, so the black and white Zetsu, I think he's going to go at C, just because he was, like all the other Cs, were probably very, very underdeveloped. But, unlike them, I don't think he either deserves to go to D or F, so I'm going to leave him at C, just because he was actually pretty decent. Next up on the villains list, it looks like we got the guards/spies. I think they both go at D, just because they were pretty, useless, in my opinion. Actually, now that I'm looking at who they're paired with, I'm thinking that they need to go back up at C, just because, they go up to C, because Gato is just trash. I'm not even going to go revisit that. Dater I'm lost with. I don't know whether I'm supposed to put him at C or B. I'm thinking B, just because he was a really, really good and overpowered character, plus I like his style. And if you even want to call that a style, I really don't know what to call that, if you know what I mean. Yeah, he definitely holds a place in my heart as probably one of the weirdest characters in the manga/anime realm. Next up, we got our boy Sasori on the check. Sasori, he is really interesting. He's a really interesting character. He was, really specially developed. He definitely deserves to go at A, maybe even S-, just because of the fact that he had such a cool style of fighting, and plus he was a puppet master. But actually, no, I'm gonna put him back down into A, just because of the fact that he is kind of weak in the arc of whenever the Great Ninja War was going on. But screw it, put him back at S-. Now we got our boy Toby. As much as I'd like to say Toby would go to A, I'm gonna put him as B, as long with Hayden, because Hayden was he could have been so much more than he was put out to be. He could have been an S character, he could have been an A character, but I'm gonna put him down in B just because of what he actually turned out to be in the anime. Along with his partner, who also goes with B, just because of the fact that, well, both of them were very underdeveloped. And though, Conan, she goes at A. She was our boy Pain's right-hand lady. She did everything he did. Plus, she was with him whenever he was homeless, just like she was, along with Nagato. Speaking of which, you already know our boy Pain is next on the list. And, I think it'd be insulting if I didn't put him up at the S list. I mean, he is just probably one of the greatest developed characters in the entire series. So, I mean, he could go at S-. Conan goes at A, but he definitely goes at S. I mean, he is just an insane character overall. So much development going for him, along with, I think Toby is our next character up on the list. But, yeah, I'm going to put Toby up here as well, because I'm going to put him at the Great Ninja arc, and this is what the character list that I have set up for him. The picture that I put inside of his box is actually from the Great Ninja War arc, and as we all know, Toby was basically undeniably strong in that arc. Now that I think about it, I think strong would be an understatement. He did so many things that just undeniably made him one of the greatest villains in the entire series. You know, considering I made the tier maker list for this, I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna use my opinion for this, I'm gonna say that he was the funniest, probably the funniest and wittiest character in the entire list. This is excluding Naruto, since Naruto isn't a villain. But yeah, he was probably the greatest developed character on this list that I have right now. Let's see. So it looks like next on the list we have Danzo, and let me just say that Danzo wasn't personally one of my favorites, but if I'm gonna sort him by his strengths and his abilities, I think I'll either put him at B or A. But no, I think he actually definitely goes to A, I think. Just because, he goes to A, just because of how much he grew in the series, he pretty much just attached onto me, if you know what I mean. Like, he was interesting, let's just say that. My fellow comrades, we must not forget the battle he had with Sasuke, which is 95% of the reason why I'm tempted to put him at S, but I'm just gonna keep him at A for the time being, just because he was himself. I'm not gonna give much hints on why I did this, but I'm gonna put the Ginkaku and Ginkaku brothers at F, just because, you know, Kabuto on this Great Ninja War arc, I'm going to put him at C. He could have been a lot better, but he really wasn't, because no one really decided to develop him all that well. He had so many things going for him. He really was powerful. I mean, just think about it this way. If I put the younger Kabuto at B, and I put the Great Ninja War arc Kabuto at C, it just goes to show how pretty much a big piece of crap he was. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I put younger Kabuto at B. Of course, Madara and Toby have to go together at, you know, S+, because they were basically the teammates who took over, or attempted to take over, the entire world by putting everybody in their infinite Tsukunayomi. In fact, I think it'd be more of an insult not to put him at the S+ list. After all, he was the co-founder of the Leaf Village. Not only that, but he also was the founder of the Uchiha clan. Not only that, but he tried to resummon 10 Tails, and he's the only person capable of summoning 9 Tails. That was until Naruto gained control over him. That is why Toby and Madara probably hold a bigger spot in my heart than Pain does, for being probably the biggest developed characters on this list. I mean, they were just so well combatants together, like they were undeniably strong. They were also probably undefeatable. So yeah, that's why Toby and Madara probably hold the biggest place on this list for greatest villains of all time. Next, it looks like we got 10 Tails, so, you know, 10 Tails really didn't hold that much of a, you know, big place in this list. I mean, it was summoned, so it really didn't have any choice. It was also rebuilt, so I'm going to put it at C, just because 10 Tails is 10 Tails. I mean, there's nothing really to go more on that than just what I just said. 10 Tails is 10 Tails. Alright guys, next we got my boy Toneri Otsutsuki. He was such a good character in the Naruto The Last movie. Plus, if you guys haven't watched that movie, you really need to, because it was a great movie. He's going to go up at the S+ spot, at least I think so. I mean, okay, he has many options here. A could be a good option for him. He definitely doesn't deserve C or D or even F, so I'm going to put him at A for now. I don't know if I'm going to move him, because he was a really, really good developed character. He had so many things going for him. He was just over the top. He had so many things. He tried to awaken the Tenseigan. He was just an amazing person. And the Black Zetsu guy who lived in Kaguya's dress, don't get me wrong there, but he was clever. I mean, he was pretty much the only reason that she was able to come back to existence. So he goes at B. Kaguya herself, however, either goes at D. I mean, she could go with the guy I just told you about at B, but I don't know whether or not she goes up or down. This is really difficult to choose. She doesn't go with Toneri, I don't think so. I mean, A is a good tier spot for her. She was a good character. She was really well developed. She was the founder of Chakra. I mean, you have to give her that. She could go at S, and for this case, I think I might just leave her at A. Yeah, I'm gonna leave her at A for now. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna change it. I mean, it is entirely possible that she does deserve to go to S minus B, maybe even C. I don't know, but maybe B's a better spot for her. I don't know. C, yeah, B. I'm gonna put her B. Might change it. Sasuke, however, he goes to go. S minus might actually be a good spot for Sasuke. I don't know. Maybe S plus. He doesn't deserve to go anywhere lower than B. I'll tell you that right now. I think Sasuke, he deserves to go at S. I think he's an S spot. He was the biggest character in the arc. I mean, he was pretty much the entire reason everybody started the 4th Grade Ninja War. He abandoned the village. I mean, he had a lot of bad things going for him, but as a villain, he probably deserves to go up at S. Considering this is more of a villain tier list than it is my opinion tier list, overall power-wise, Sasuke definitely deserves to go at either one of the S's. I'm going to put him at S plus for now, though, just because it's really difficult to choose, I know. I'm going to keep him at S because of the fact that, well, he was Sasuke Uchiha. I mean, he was the yin and yang to his Naruto. Like, they had the greatest fights, and pretty much the entire reason the show was created, to show what power can be like in the wrong hands. Basically, what happened at the reincarnation of Ashura happened to the 6th passive sage. Oh, crap. Oh, I didn't even notice. Okay, so the next character is actually Toneri. The one that you'll see in the last spot of A is actually Indra. And Indra, I mean, I'm sorry guys, I can't really pronounce things. But yeah, these, well, the last 3 characters I'm definitely going to put at F. Toneri's going to go at C. And yeah, so you guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like, subscribe, comment down below what you guys want to see next. This videos take a lot of time to produce, so if you guys did enjoy the video, like I said, please drop a like. Manga Phantom, peace out.